It's okay. What is up for everybody? Hello, hello, hello. I am your girl, the one and only Miss T with the T. And today we're going to be talking about the importance of getting an LLC. A lot of people tend to refer to it as something for content creators, but it's also, I know other people in here who may not be really, what's the word I'm looking for? Really active in the YouTube and social media streets, but they do have businesses on the side. So, yeah, I just want to come on here and share about the importance of getting an LLC and letting you guys know the benefits of it. Before I do, I got to say hi to everybody. What's up, Renaissance Grandma? Good morning to the Bud Files. Good morning, Miss K. How you doing? Living Out Loud, the podcast after dark. How you doing? How you doing, ma'am? So I myself am kind of G Mama grows hard in the garden. How you doing? How you doing? I was over here getting my organizing my seeds last night, thinking about you. So yeah, I did want to come on and just talk about the importance of getting an LLC. If you have any type of business or if you yourself are a brand or anything like that, the importance of it. I just want to see if Kicking It with Alvin is still going live today so we can pass the mic to him. Okay, he switched it. Okay. But anyways, I am rather new to the LLC world. So I did pin the link at the top in case anybody who is or happen to have an LLC would like to come up and share with you. I'm just letting you guys know my journey of the steps that I'm taking to get an LLC. And if you have any kind of questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. So let's see. Let's get started off by talking about what is an LLC exactly. It stands for Limited Liability Company, which means, like, for instance, hey, Passion Intrigue Arts, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, let's do it like this. If y'all already have an LLC, let me see. Am I able to ask y'all questions? Put a 1 in the chat if you already have an LLC. So, like I said, I am new to this. I've been looking at it last night and things like that. I plan on getting an LLC on my name within the next 2 weeks. I would say 2 to 3 weeks, but 3 weeks is pushing it. I've really been pushing it this long without getting an LLC. So by let's see, LLC. So limited liability company. So since I do not have an LLC, my name, Miss T with the T, is not I don't own it. I made it up, but I don't own it. If somebody else has that name and they, went ahead and got an LLC, they claim the rights to everything I've done. All the hard work I've done on these YouTube streets. They can sue me for it. They can sue me for pretty much. So LLC is like taking ownership of the name that you created, your company, your brand, etc. So yeah, that's why it's kind of important for me to go ahead and get this. Also, if I get sued because I do not have an LLC, I'm saving my coins for LLC and a TM. Can't afford it right now. I know the feeling. It's about to be the first. I eventually want to get. Hey, Passion got an LLC. That's what's up. I eventually want to get a logo and all that kind of stuff, but it takes time. Like, it ain't free. I know exactly what you're talking about. So, in the event that I get sued because I do not have an LLC, Miss T with the T and my government name, which is Tanya, we are one at the moment. So if somebody comes and tries to sue me, they can sue me for all that I made off of Miss T with the T on YouTube, and they can also sue me, Tanya, behind the because we are just one. Having a LLC kind of separates us. I am still both of those people. Oh, you have incorporation too? That's what's up. Hey, Shantarman, we are talking about the importance of LLC and how it is important when you are creating your brand, which is yourself. So by me not having an LLC, I'm just going to recap real quick. Hey Jamie, I seen you went to go see Color Purple. You and Swoops and everybody. That's awesome. That's awesome. I just want to like kind of reiterate the importance real quick while we got new people in here. So me and I having an LLC, Miss T with the T and Tanya, which is me, we are the same person. So if somebody tries to sue me, oh, I've been having that name since 1999. So every coin that she made off them YouTube streets, uh, I'm gonna need that. So they're gonna sue Miss T with the T and Tanya because we are one. There's no LLC, there's nothing separating us or anything like that. Having an LLC, I'm still both of those people, but I'm Miss T with the T and I'm Tanya. So if somebody does try to sue me or sue Miss T with the T, they can only get what I made off of, you know, the name Miss T with the T. They can't come for my government, my all the stuff I got going on over here. So that's the important. So not having an LLC, do you want to get like if you in the event that you do get sued or somebody tries to come after you, do you want them to just take everything or you want it separated? Um, let me see. Okay, everybody's saying hi to everybody. Also, what else? Yeah, I do want to like create a logo as well. Like I said, I don't really know what the logo is. And I know it's a lot of like the incorporate INC and the TMs and everything else. I guess I should figure out why. What does the TM stand for? Is that part of the logo process? Okay, TM is a trademark. Okay, a symbol to indicate that preceding mark is a trademark, specifically unregistered trademark. It complements the registered trademark symbol, which is reserved trademarks. Okay. The government agency. Hmm. Okay. That's what's up. Hey, Lisa J, how you doing? How you doing? Let me see. Also, Lisa, do you happen to have hey Scorpion Slots, welcome in, welcome in. Everybody, if you do have a LLC, I'm trying to make sure I say it correctly, like all the benefits of having a LLC. I know it is kind of like I looked on LegalZoom. That's where I was looking at, and it's about $100. So it's not cheap. It's not like expensive, but it's worth having in the long run just because, you know, especially me being on, hey, Sweet Thumb, especially me being live every day. I might say something that somebody may disagree with. Somebody be like, oh, okay, I want to sue her, Miss T with the T. So because at this moment, I don't have an LLC, they can come get me for everything if they want to try. Um, yeah, and I was talking a little bit briefly to just the stuff that I put out uh under the name Miss T with the T will be LLC. Like when I go out here in these streets, like the real actual streets, real life, it won't be LLC. It's just like a way of just separating the two. Let me see. And then also I was talking a little bit to Educated Natural, and she was telling me how I don't have to change my name to Miss T with the T LLC. It would just be in the paperwork of everything that I do. Like when I get affiliate deals and things like that, um, put it under LLC. So that's a plus. Sorry. You have to have a business license to get an LLC. From what I was told, no. No, you don't. If I like again, if I am incorrect, please let me know because I am newer to getting on the road to getting an LLC. All the stuff, like I said, I'll be getting it real soon. So in the future, as I'm like going on with getting the process of getting the LLC, I will like keep you guys informed as well. Um, oh, okay. So that's interesting. So you have it for your business, for not for your channel. So that's awesome that you have it for your businesses. So, hmm. I wonder what's up, OTR farmer? How you doing? So I wonder if it's like the same process. I was told also that there are different types of LLCs, like a state and then a national LLC, which is the state, it just protects you within your state. And I just thought that was kind of like, that's kind of worthless. That's kind of that don't make any sense. Like Miss T with the T is known outside of Indiana, so I wouldn't get the state one. Yeah, I have to file taxes. Miss T with the T, and then me, myself, Tanya, will have to file separate taxes. So for the people who do have LLCs, do you end up having to pay taxes or do you receive taxes? And then I wonder also, because I have things that I purchase throughout the year for the company, Miss T with the T, like lighting and like ring lights and computers, and about to get a camera and all this kind of stuff. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. Fresh and fire. I seen you guys yesterday, right before I was logging off, and I was trying to catch it. I was like, oh, they just recently Friday uh signed up for their LLC. So congratulations to you guys. I've been trying to speak on what I actually know. I'm in the process of trying to get an LLC. Probably next Friday, I will be getting that LLC. Hopefully, yeah, next Friday, and then Monday is New Year's. Tax filing is twice a year. Wow. So is it like January and like June? Is that how it goes? That is interesting. Thanks for sharing everybody what y'all know about the LLC process. I'm just now diving in. And I want to say, like, everybody's always like, oh, you monetize, you get 300-400 views. Listen, Linda, there's things behind the scenes that you have to take care of as well. You got to reinvest. That YouTube money is nice, but you got to reinvest in your product, yourself, your brand, if you want to succeed in anything. Like, you don't just, oh, okay, I made a video, let me go spend this money. And you know you always want to try to better yourself, better your channel, better your brand, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm on the road trying to do and better myself and help other people, small businesses, when we interview them and try to help them out as well. What's up, Tamika Davis? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday already, y'all. Claim all your purchases. That's what's up. See, last year when I filed my taxes, my YouTube and my my taxes, and I did it all under one, and it was a nice little extra piece of change. So I'm intrigued about this. He did ask me, he was like, do you have a computer? Did you this? What all did you buy for your YouTube channel and all this kind of stuff? So I imagine that'll be separate. So when I filed Tanya myself, I filed my taxes. They won't ask me all those questions. They just ask my W-2s and just going about the life. And then I'll ask all that when Miss T with the T files her taxes. Hello, hello, Psalms 146. She's over there saying hi to everybody. Thank you so much for my Christmas card. I did show that off in a live stream. So the process, I'm looking at going through LegalZoom. If you guys don't mind sharing, like, where did you guys go to actually obtain your LLC? I'm thinking about just doing it on LegalZoom, and yeah, it looked pretty simple. I just didn't finish the process. I didn't feel like if I don't have to, I don't want to feel like going downtown and messing with traffic and paid parking and all that kind of stuff. I can do something I can do at home. Please believe I'm going to be doing it at home. So I'm still saying hi to everybody. Oh, thank you so much. Ooh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Okay. Right now, you can write everything off. Now, if you got a business, gas mileage, airfare, hotel sales, clothes, phone usage, a portion of your lights, and etc. That's good to know. That is good to know, because a lot of people, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I travel a lot. They want me to do more vlogging, I guess. So I'll be getting I'll get a camera, the hotels, mileage for traveling and all that stuff. Hey, it's for business use. It's for my channels. That's awesome. That's good to know. Okay, LegalZoom is very easy and they answer all 1,000 of my questions. Yeah, I started off half the process and I didn't finish just because I knew I wasn't ready to pay just yet. It's about to be the first. Let's be real. We got bills over here. We got to pay them bills first. I'm really thinking about choosing LegalZoom to do my my LLC. Thank you, Lisa J. So let me see. You had 1,000 questions. Okay. That's why I'm glad that we're doing this now. So if anybody has any questions, we do have people in the live stream who do have an LLC. Me myself, I'm just letting you guys know the road on to getting an LLC. Hey, Mr. Broadcast, how you doing? I will be talking to him tomorrow. Not on the live because I already have some planned for tomorrow on Friday, but we're gonna do a pre-recorded and then I'll make it as a video and share it out with you guys. I'll make some shorts about it as well. We're gonna be talking about his channel, so welcome in, welcome in. I think Dorsha said recently that it isn't necessarily good to do all the write-offs because somehow they negatively affect you later. Did she post that in a video or just a live stream? Do you remember like how far along that was? I would like to go back and watch that if you happen to know. Are you good at sending me links and things? If you could send me that, I would greatly appreciate it. In Georgia, you don't do it electronically. First, I did a name reservation. Once we were approved, a name reservation. Did you do the state LLC where it's just like for your state, or you do like the worldwide one where no one can take it? Or what type of LLC did you have? Once we were approved for that LLC. Okay, approved for that LLC. BF is a lawyer, so he's our rep. That's what's up. My uncle is an attorney. I'm gonna ask him to be my representative. I have an uncle, he's an attorney. He be in the bushes sometimes because he'll tell me about the live stream. As I say, you never know who's in the bushes. You never know who's watching your channel. So yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that he does do that. He's always so supportive. Like, Miss T, you're doing good. You're doing good. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I wrote a book years ago. Anything and everything I did for that book, I wrote it off. Even my hair, nails, good. My hair, nails, good. If you entertain a guest at a restaurant, that's included too. I've heard about that, all those write-offs and things like that. So I have to get a name reservation first. I'm gonna have to check into that name reservation. I'm so glad we are having this conversation because I have no idea about being my own business. Like I'll be saying like, oh yeah, I want to do this. This is my life. I'm glad for the support and stuff. But like now it's time to get to the business side. It's time to get thank you, call me Mr. Broadcast. I look forward. I sent you an email. I'm just waiting on a picture so I can do the thumbnail. But thank you so much. Oh yeah, hold on. I got something for you. Thank you, Mr. Broadcast. I mean, Broad Street. So sorry. I hate when people mess up my name. So, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are awesome. I'm so happy that I know how to do those now. Okay. I was told to write off everything you can. Okay. Check with a tax accountant and they can tell you more about what you can write off and how to do it. Okay. I'm writing it down. Name reservation, tax accountant. Let me see so you can know more about what to write off. Know more about, I should be just taking screenshots. It will save a lot of time about what to write off. You're like, what? Okay, while I'm doing that, what's up, Jigs? How you doing? I'm glad you made it. You guys get like irritated when people misuse letters like write off, RIGHT or WRITE or TOTOO. Oh my God, that just irritates my soul. Like, where did you go to school at? I was watching somebody. I was watching a a video, and like it was their video and they spelled everything like wrong. I was like, was this supposed to be an eye catcher? Because you caught my attention. You caught my What's up, kicking it with Alvin? How you doing? I see that you're going live New Year's Day. So I will be passing the mic to you on that Monday. So don't change it, please, and thank you. I see we got RX nails. We got 30 plus people in here. We're talking about the pros and cons of having an LLC. And we're learning so much about it. There are people here who do have LLCs, people who do not have LLCs, people who are interested in the idea of having an LLC. So it's kind of like a live stream sharing what to know about having an LLC. Let's say hi to RX Nails and welcome in Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Rockefeller Records. Oh, and they put an E on your name. Oh my God. People spell my name. I only have 5 letters. Only 5. That's it. I get my name spelled wrong so many times. And if Jegs come up here one more time and say Stace, there is no C, sir. There's no C in her name. It's just 4 letters. STAE. Let me see what she said. You can write off business expenses, but you don't want to write off so much. Okay, that was the debate we was having earlier. It looks like your business has no profit. Oh, okay. Then you will not be able to get business loans or working capital. That is very, you know what? I'm not typing right no more. We screenshotting over here. There we go. Photo. Boom. Don't you? That's some good information right there. That is the reason not to write off everything. Thank you so much, Stay Hall. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay, everybody's saying hi, cool, and thank you. Hey, Wellness, I went over there rushing to your channel. I said you ain't been live in 4 days. When are you coming back? Welcome in, welcome in. So writing off everything and too much. Let me go back to that. Oop, that was too fast. It looks like your business has no profit. So, I mean, it could look like you have profit, like you're buying these things, like the hotel and the mileage and everything else. That costs money. So, I don't know if you are able to come up here and explain more. I understand it, but I don't understand it. Let me see. Hey, Tracy Anderson, Mountain Dew Queen. Mountain Dew Queen. Really seeing everybody saying hi. Certified financial planner. Here's a call-in show, and you can ask your questions for free. Is he on YouTube? Is he on these YouTube streets or the gram, or who is this man you speak of? So I'm gonna get on Lee CJ. I'm gonna get on Legal Zoom and like, can I do my name reservation here? Is that a thing I could do on Legal Zoom? Anything I could do to not have to go downtown? Oh my God! Like now my daughter's 17, but when she was younger, I used to have to go to the child support office and whatever for whatnot. I used to hate it. I used to hate it with a passion. I don't even go downtown if I don't I don't go downtown if I don't have to. I'm not about that life. It was recommended to reserve the name when we did one previously because folks working for the state sometimes are shady. They will go file or work for shady companies that will file before you. Uh-oh, that went out. Let's see. Okay. My little live on air sign just went straight out. I guess she's tired, boss. I guess she's tired. Oh well. Oh, here we go. Here's Stay Hall to let us know more about it. Hey, Stay, how you doing this morning? Hello. Okay, well, I'll wait for her to come on. She has her microphone muted. There she goes.
Sorry. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm learning. This is very knowledgeable information that I need.
Yeah, see, stuff is different from state to state as far as what you actually need. Like you can get, which I think the person who is was talking about name reservation. Here we call it a DBA, doing business as, which gives you the right to use that name. So it's not actually an LLC, but you can get your tax ID and everything with just a DBA. You don't have to have an LLC. But once you want to start to form an actual business structure and you get an LLC, that's fine. But what I was talking about as far as the taxes, I'm not a CPA, but I did have a tax office for 8 years.
Mhm.
You just want to make sure you don't write off so much where it looks like you didn't have a profit. So the numbers just need to make sense. So if you are saying that your business brought in $50,000 for the year, but you had 45,000 in expenses, then
Mm.
how did you live off of just $5,000? You see what I'm saying? So your expenses just have to make sense where it shows that you could live off of it. The only way to really get away with writing off everything and being in the negative with your business is if you also have a job and a W-2. So you can say, well, I'm running this business and we really haven't made any money yet because it's a new business, but I still work at ABC company and I make this much. So that's what we live off of. But if you're trying to be a full-time entrepreneur, then you don't want to write off everything because then it doesn't make sense. So if you decide to go to a bank or whatever to get a loan, it looks like you have no way to pay it back because you're putting all your money into your business. Does that make sense?
It does. It sounds so much better when you come up here and say it versus like I'm just reading it. So I do
No, and
appreciate.
then I'm very wordy. I use a lot of words. You know, I'm a speaker, I'm a writer, so I use tons of words. So my comments are always so long. But yeah, it just has to, like they say, make it make sense. You just can't be making $50,000 and spending 45,000 because how you eating?
Right, right. Thank you so much. Okay, 5,000 for the whole year. What it
Right. Exactly. I used to see that a lot in my tax office because people want to write things off so that they can get that return, which with the IRS, if you have the receipts and whatever, because they don't audit every single tax return. So it can go through with the IRS and not really be that big of a deal unless you get audited. But the problem comes in is if you're ever trying to get money from a bank or anything where they want to see your income, if they ask for your tax returns, it's like, okay, well, you made all this money, but you also saying you spent all this money, which means you can't repay a loan or anything. Or if you want to get, a brick and mortar business that's going to have a lease, well, how can you afford the lease if you don't have any money at the end of the year?
Thank you so much. Are you busy? Can you stay up here a little while to help? Because
Yeah,
I
I can
just
stay
don't
up here.
know what I'm doing. I just
Yeah, well, I am not an expert. I've done a lot, but yeah, I'll help when I can. Yeah, I can stay up for a little while.
Okay. Fresh and Fire, they're in Georgia, and they said your name once you do the name reservation, your name is locked in for 30 days. You don't have to do a name reservation though. I would like to do a name. I want to protect my name. You think that's a good idea for me?
Yeah, well, I think I've never heard of the name reservation before. That's probably something specific for them, but I did notice that they said it was good for 30 days. So, what you probably want to look into is a DBA, which is a doing business as.
Okay.
And then that's like a good start for anyone who is an entrepreneur, while you're trying to figure out, do you want to be an LLC? Because everyone doesn't need to be an LLC. Do you want to be an LLC? Do you want to be incorporated? Do you want to be a nonprofit? Like there's a lot of things besides an LLC. So that's when it makes sense to sit down with an attorney or a tax professional to find out what business entity really makes sense for you.
Okay, thank you. So my next question is, what type of specific attorney am I looking for? There's different types of attorneys. What kind would you recommend, or do you know, like, because like I said, my uncle's an attorney, but I don't know what kind of attorney he does.
Well, the one good thing about it is, if you have an attorney, it doesn't matter what kind of attorney you have. If you have an attorney that you trust, they're the best people to ask for referrals for your specific type of attorney because they're going to know all different types of attorneys. But what you're looking for is a business attorney.
Okay, you see, Jeg's being
Hey,
funny.
J3.
That's how we say her name now. That's what
Yeah, I'm just saying. And it's funny, my husband, whenever he calls me in public, he be like, "Stay." People be looking at him. I know he is not talking to that woman like that. And he's like, That is her name. I'm not telling her to stay.
You can look up how to file online or in your state. You may be able to do it electronically. Yeah, if I could.
Yes, you can. I've done the only thing that I went in for was my DBA, and I can't say that I had to. I probably did that is because that's the first thing I ever did. So I didn't know I could do it online. But for instance, y'all are the first people to know, but I just got my nonprofit approved. So I officially have a 5013C, which is called Empower EQ. And I just got that letter in the mail yesterday from the IRS saying that my 5013C was approved. And we did that entire process online. And people say that a nonprofit is the hardest to get, but you just have to get the information. We watched a lot of YouTube University videos specific for getting a nonprofit in the state of Texas. And we did it all online and we got our entire nonprofit approved within 3 weeks.
That's awesome. Congratulations. If you don't mind, like I kind of know what a nonprofit is, but you can explain more. And then also Shantirman said they will calculate your expenses versus what you made and determine your refund or if you end up paying back.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, let's talk about the nonprofit. Like what exactly can you go? You went into the numbers and everything. Let's talk about it, girl.
Yeah, and so I don't know a whole lot about the nonprofit as far as the different ones. And again, I consulted an attorney. So what we figured out for me is the best type of nonprofit was going to be a 5013C. The reason why I did a nonprofit is for my soft skills and emotional intelligence business, where we do the career development, leadership development, job readiness training. And what I found is that the people who need my services the most can't afford me. I want to go into the inner cities and help people who have transitioned from the prison system into the workforce. They can't afford my services. A lot of the schools in inner cities don't have the budgets to afford my services. So the reason I decided to do a nonprofit is I can now get grants from other companies and big corporations who will pay me to go and teach the people who cannot afford me. And so that way, because I still got to live, I still got to eat. I pray one day I'm in a position where I can do all this stuff for free, but I can't right now. So with the nonprofit, what that's going to allow me to do is have other people pay me to give my services to those who can't afford me. And so that's what the nonprofit allows you to do. It makes you tax exempt. So I don't have to pay taxes on my nonprofit, and I can also accept donations and grant awards to be able to do what I need to do.
Amen. That's awesome. And you can help people out and get paid to do it.
Exactly. So it's a win-win. And that is my desire one day, of course, to be able to have a part of my company where I am giving the services away. And don't get me wrong, I do certain events and certain charitable things where I don't charge, but I can't do everything for free because
Right.
we
Gotta
eating and living over here too. But with a nonprofit, it's kind of the best of the both worlds because you have these huge companies and corporations like your Walmarts and Targets and all of that who have money that they have to donate. And so what better way to do it is to have them invest in services that will help people who are in need.
So y'all, this is my friend Stay Hall. Let me just for a quick second. Bam. Stay Hall right there. CEO. Check her channel. She has a channel. She has a website, www.stayhall.com. She has books, ladies and
Girl,
gentlemen.
look at you knowing all my info now. Yes, I love it.
She's not new to this, okay? She's not. Let me see. I forgot to answer your question. We're doing this just in our state. From my loose understanding of the law, if somebody sues you, they have to file in your state.
Yeah, there are definitely levels to it because you can't have a name and it's hard to really lock down your name worldwide. But yeah, somebody can't come like the DBA that I was talking about, which I think is very similar to their name reservation. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make sure that no one else has that name in the state. And unless you're going to be moving out of your state and franchising, which those are all things where you can cross that bridge when you get to it. But it is important at least to lock it down in your state. And a good place to start is to look at your state's website, and they should have on there a place where you can search for names. And another thing that you might want to do if you are ever wanting to have a website and you may not be ready to put your website up now, at least search for the domain names, and you can buy those like for only like $5. Like I own stayhall.com, stayhall.net, stayhall.org, and the only one I use is stayhall.com.
See, I was thinking about getting a domain name and Miss T with the T, but what would I put on it? Like, I talk. I don't have books. I don't have
Well, the thing is, you wanna stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? So it's a very minimal price to pay for what if you decide to write a book one day? What if you decide that you want to start courses? Whatever, you want to have it. You don't want to decide to write a book or do courses. And another thing is too, you talk, you know, do you want to book speaking engagements? People can book me on my website. So you just have to think about how you want to branch out in business and already have that in lock, because you don't want to decide to do something and then go look for that domain name and it's not available.
Again, y'all, Stay Hall CEO.
Oh my God, you are making me feel wonderful this morning.
Living Out Loud, the podcast after dark. Question: should we pay ourselves a salary with the social media monies?
Yes, you always pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, especially if you are full time. It doesn't have to be a large salary, but yeah, because again, you want to show how you're living. You need to have an income. When you are still, you know, full time in corporate America and you're just building your business, you know, it's a little different. You can do things a little differently because you do have that W-2 income. But if you're looking to be full-time entrepreneur, the main thing when you're going to be looking for possible loans, lines of credit, whatever, you want to show how you're being paid. So yes, pay yourself first.
Okay.
Give yourself a 1099.
Oh, shucky ducky. After being approved for the L.L.C, we will move to do anything. We will move to do anything nationally, i.e., getting an EIN. Lord have mercy, copyrights and etc. Okay, I chopped and screwed that all. I'm sorry, Fresh and Fire.
Yeah, I was reading that, and I think Fresh and Fire that you may need to have your EIN before you can get your LLC. But again, don't quote me on that. And it could be different in different states. But one thing that I tell all my coaching clients, get that DBA and EIN first. Your EIN is free. The DBA is like maybe $20, at least in Texas. Get those things first. And then, you know, you can move into the other things. But those are the least expensive and the easiest to get, along with a domain name. That's kind of my little package where you can kind of get the ball rolling for under $100 and lock in some important information for your business.
So you're recommending from the EIN, the DBA, and the LLC to get all these letters. Get the recommend to try to get the EIN first.
Yeah, I say get the EIN and DBA first. Get those two first because they're the least expensive and the fastest to get, and you need those a lot of times before you can get anything else anyway. And then, like I said, if you think that you ever might want a website, then just at least do a search to see if what you want, because this is another thing that I ran into with one of my clients who's a caterer, right? She was going by a certain catering name for years and had never done anything to legitimize that name. So then once she decides to really structure her business, the name is already taken. So now this name that everybody in Dallas-Fort Worth has known her by, she had to rebrand and completely change her name because by the time she decided to do it, that name was already gone and there was nothing she could do about it. She's like, well, I've been using that name for 15 years, but it wasn't on paper. So you just kind of want to lock that stuff in because you want to plan for where you want to be. Don't wait until you get there to start doing the things you need.
That's my biggest fear. That's why I'm 3 years in. Let me go ahead and I should have been done did this, well, plan ahead, but here we are. I've been Googling and everything. They're similar, but there's no other Miss T with the T. And happy 22nd birthday to young Riaz.
Oh, happy birthday. And thank you to whoever said congratulations on my nonprofit. I saw it pop up, but I was running my mouth. But thank you so much for that. Congratulations. I was super excited.
I think everybody said. First auntie is our tax rep. Okay. And we filed exactly the way she suggested. She suggested we file specifically as sole proprietorships and or a partnership LLC. Stay away from corporate.
Yeah, it's going to be different for everybody. So that's perfect when you have somebody who is a professional in the field who can let you know, because I just know so many people, LLC is real popular, and LLC, I'm an LLC, but it's not what's right for everybody. So you just want to make sure that you get what is right for you. But a sole prop and LLC, because that protects you, so that if anything, God forbid, would happen and somebody needs to sue you, they're going to sue the LLC, not you, which means they can't take your house. They can't take your personal money, because that's another thing. Make sure, and that, I can't believe I forgot to say that, but another thing that you want to do in the very beginning is open up that business account in your business name. And I don't care if you don't have a lot of money, go to a bank that says you only have to have $100 in the account. Just have that open, because once you do start making a lot of money, you want to keep that money separate. You don't want to commingle your personal money with your business money.
Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get an amen in the chat? Let me remove this real quick. Stay Hall CEO. Let's go. Let's go. Kudos to you for what you are doing, Miss Hall. Let me see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Lacey J.
Yeah, very awesome information. Like, I just wanted to talk. I'm just like learning how to get the LLC. Now I learned some other letters. I got some EINs, some DBAs.
We done put the whole alphabet out here.
Okay.
But yeah, that bank account is real important. It's so funny. My life coaching clients, they crack me up. One young lady, if y'all saw any of my vlogs, I just had one of my mentees and coaching clients go through a business pitch contest. And she's starting her business. She's young, she's in her 20s. But when I first met with her and I asked her about her business account and how she was keeping her money separate and how she filed her taxes, she said, well, I haven't really done any of that yet. I still have a job. She said, but at the end of the year, I just split it in half. So if she made $50,000, she just automatically said 25,000 is from my business and 25,000 is from my job. Is that okay? And I said, no, that's not okay. Were those the true numbers? Like, no, you can't just split it in half. You need to know. And she was like, oh, well, I just split it in half. I'm like, no, that's not what you do.
Thank you, passionately. She gave Indiana, where I'm at, .gov. Okay, because I
Yeah.
was here like, where do I go? Where do I
Yes, that's where you need to go and check your Secretary of State, and they will be able to show you, whether or not your business name is taken. It'll have all the steps on there, how to get your LLC. That state website, that Secretary of State, is going to be a wealth of information. And then, like I said, don't be afraid to use YouTube and just put in this search in YouTube, how to legitimize a business in Indiana or whatever. You know how to search on there and just see people who have done it.
Okay. Got a lot of podcasts after dark says she is saving and sharing this video for sure.
Hey, living out loud.
Can anyone use the Laura link or just Indiana? Asking passionately intrigued arts. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but what you can do for sure is just go into Google, and wherever you live, just put in Secretary of State, Texas, Secretary of State, Ohio, wherever it is, and all of that information should pop up for you.
Okay. What's up to our new friend Honcho out there in St. Louis? What's up, sir? I went to check him out. He's I want to say like he has a low number of subscribers. We can help him out. Check his channel out. That'll be awesome. I can't remember the exact number at the moment. We started filing an EIN first, but the instructions for that suggested we get the LLC first. Yeah, it could be different in each state.
Yeah, definitely. I know I've had my EIN longer than I've had anything. So that's just the way I did it. I got my EIN first and went from there. So, it's all stuff that you need eventually. And so the reason why I just say get it, I'm just like, get the free, the least expensive, and the easiest stuff you can get first, like the EIN and DBA. But of course, state specific, you have to follow whatever their instructions are for sure.
Right. Yeah, I love seeing this. How every state is different. In Michigan, you must have the EIN in order to open a business account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it. That's why I say you can't go wrong with getting your EIN and your DBA or whatever it is in your state. first. Because another thing that I'm not sure if everybody thinks about is getting contracts with bigger companies. You may think that what you do they don't need, but you never know. So I have a contract with the city of Fort Worth. I have a contract with a couple of the school districts around here. You just never know, and you need all of this stuff in order to get contracts with companies, because no matter what you are doing, there is usually going to be some big entity that needs what you do, whether they're contracting you to come in and speak for certain things or whether you sell a certain product. You just never know. And so you just want to get yourself in position where when that stuff comes up, you're ready. And then, especially for minority owned businesses, there is a lot of money out there that companies have to use specifically for minority owned businesses, unless there's no minority owned business that does what they need. And so, why not be that one? So then it's coming to you, and you would be amazed at the different contracts out there. But you have to have all of this stuff in place.
Hey, we've been talking for about 45 minutes. You done filled up my whole weekend. I got to look up EINs, DBAs, domain names. Okay. We got my
Yes.
buddy, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Rockefeller Records. What's up?
Hey, Miss T, Miss T. Don't quote me on this because I'm learning also. But there's something I just wanted to give you guys a warning about, and there is something that you have to fill out. It's a law that just came out, even for people that's already have their LLCs, to prove that you're a legitimate LLC. And if you don't fill it out, I think you get fined up to $500 a day. Because my buddy Charles was telling me about it. So just make sure you do your homework. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't quote me on it. But I know there's something out there because I remember I was looking into it, and if you don't fill that out, and send it in, you could be fined up to $500 a day. I just wanted to just come in here and let everybody know because I don't want y'all to be doing these LLCs and then like, hey, I ain't make no money, and then you get a $500 fine slapped on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just another way for the government to get you. So whatever you do your homework. Like you said, go talk to a tax professional, find out what it is. Because I just heard it. My buddy Charles, who's one of my moderators, said he's had his LLC for years, and he just said, I got this, I got to fill this crap out again. He's all upset about it. So just do your homework. And I'm going to step back down, but I just wanted to let y'all know about that. So just make sure you talk to a tax professional or somebody that knows what they're talking about, so you don't get stuck with that because you got an LLC, you got a YouTube channel, and you're making $5 a month, and then you get a $500 fine. You be like, what? Nobody told me. Do you see what I'm saying?
Hold on, Can't Stop. I just seen you 5 minutes ago this morning. You was at home. You on the road already?
Yeah. I had to, yeah, I had to get back. Got to make that money.
He's like, well,
Got.
the flight's over. Okay.
Hey, I'm going on a cruise January 6th. Got to make that money.
I know that's right. Well, thank you very much for. I appreciate you opening my ears, and my eyes.
Yeah. That's and like I said, just do your homework because every year you're right. We have to do all these things, but the government's always trying to find another way to gank us. So just be prepared. Be prepared. Because I'm gonna get one too. But like I said, I'm gonna make sure I do all my homework and make sure that I get that part of it. But I just wanted to jump in and let you know about that. Then I'm gonna drop back down and be listening. Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you. Stay Hall, do you know anything about this new law that he's talking about?
No, but now I got homework because who ain't.
Let's see. He might be talking about the no franchise tax, though. Oh, through the.
Oh, the comptrollers. Yeah, because I hadn't heard of that. So I have some homework now because I have no idea, but I'm not trying to pay anything. So I'll be looking into that myself.
Passionately said she heard about it too. We'll be checking with my tax account. Wow. All this. There's so much going on within 45 minutes of this conversation.
I know it's a lot. Something else, another little nugget I wanted to drop for y'all is when I was talking about the minority owned businesses, check and see in your state what the minority certifications are. That has helped me so much. So my business, I have an MBE, look, more letters, an MBE, a WBE, and a hub certification, which certifies me as a minority-owned business. And for those of you who are business partners with someone, whether it's your spouse or whatever, if you are a Black woman in business with someone else, you always want to make sure that you're at least 51% ownership of that business, because you are a double minority. You are Black and you're also a woman, which means that you will qualify for a lot of different privileges when it comes to competing for contracts and things like that, because they have money out there. So everything my husband and I do together, I'm at least 51% ownership of the business, so that we can use both of my minority certifications to get those privileges.
Can we get those clap emojis, please? And obviously, I guess it's homework time for everybody, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so got a notice about that. Wow, they sending out notices. And she's in Texas too. I believe she's in the Fort Worth or Dallas area.
Yeah, I have not. Now, my husband may have seen it. I'm going to ask him as soon as I jump off. He's in the office working now, but I didn't know anything about it.
Mr. Broadstreet said, this is definitely a master class. Indeed. Indeed. Look at everybody. Okay, get that 51%. Okay.
Say this G unit. Love it.
Regarding the minority businesses.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, the money is out there, right? So it's like we need to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to put ourselves in line, because one thing I know, when I've talked to the bigger corporations, they have money out there for minority businesses, but when they're looking for certain things, there's nobody in their portal who is certified. So it's like, yeah, get certified. I know a lady who is making millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars. And what she does is supply schools with toilet paper and paper towels. And she's getting made, and they needed that. And it was like, that wasn't even her business. She worked backwards. She started looking for what contracts were out there to be filled. And she saw that a lot of these school districts were looking for somebody to supply their paper contracts. And she said, okay, well, that's what I do now. That's my new business. And so as a minority business, that's what she did. And all she's doing, it's not like she's making toilet paper and paper towels. She's buying them from some warehouse, marking them up, and selling them to the school districts, and she's making millions.
There's plenty of hustles you can do.
Yes, you can work backwards. Look and start getting on those websites for the school districts, for the cities, and just seeing what contracts out there, what they're looking for. And if it's something that you can get your hands on, then go ahead and create you a business. And as that minority person, there's a good chance you can win that contract.
So my question for you, Miss Stay Hall, hold on, Stay Hall CEO. How many letters do you, on your business card, you have L.L.C. How many letters do you have on your business card?
Well, usually, depending on what card you see, it'll have all of my certifications. So I'll have L.L.C, MBE, WBE, and HUB. And so that's letting anybody know who sees my business card right up front that not only I'm an L.L.C, I'm also a women-owned business, I'm a Black-owned business, and I'm a historically underutilized business. So that's letting them know right off the bat that if you're looking for a minority-owned business owner to fill something, I got all those certifications.
I don't remember how we found each other and connected, but thank God we did.
I know. I can't remember either. You sent me a message from one of the social media platforms. I don't remember which one it was.
Okay. Kim Stage, her gardening. Jesus, what is wrong with my tongue this morning? Kim Stage, her gardening, her life. Missy with the T, been in the bushes and cleaning. Great information. Thank you so much. One of my goals in 2024, minority certified by 2024. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, and whenever you go to get your certifications, again, it's different in every city or state. I got mine through NCTCRA. That's a lot of letters, but just try to find an entity that can give you multiple certifications so that you're not going to a bunch of different entities to get your certifications. Like I got mine all through one place because every entity doesn't do every certification. So just kind of do your homework so it can save you some money.
So I do want to say everybody in and out the bushes, I hope y'all writing out all these letters so y'all don't get them confused. Yeah, a lot of awesome information. And then we got Brazilian Dad tapping in from the Bay with much respect, $1 million worth of game. Most definitely, most definitely. This conversation went far above and beyond what I expected. I was just like, oh, LLC, because that's what I hear all the time. But there's so many other things I could be doing. So if y'all got some stuff going on this weekend, I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to holler at y'all because Stay Hall CEO gave me all this stuff to do this weekend.
That is so funny. And you talk about you, at least you were planning on doing a show, girl. I just got up and was like, oh, let me see what Miss T talking about today. I ain't even had my coffee. You hear my voice? Because we're an hour earlier here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Big Rooster be coming up here. He's 3 hours. So, like, when it's 9 o'clock when I start here, it's 6 a.m. And he's, like, up here just talking and stuff. I'm like, man.
Wow, yeah, so it's 8 for me when you get started. So, yeah, I was up, but I hadn't, like, gotten up, but I was like, "Okay, let me see what they talking about." I didn't know I was gonna be talking.
You are the show.
It's fun. I love sharing. I am definitely not a gatekeeper, and it's because of how much I had to struggle and do on my own when I first got started. Like, I reached out to people who I had been watching and knowing that they were doing the kind of things that I wanted to do. And then when I would reach out and ask a question, it was like crickets. Nobody could remember the process and nobody could tell me anything. And I'm like, you know what? Once I get it, and I did, I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but it is what it is. Everything I've done, I've literally had to do by myself, learn by myself, because my husband was still in corporate holding everything down. I thank God I was able to retire him in June. So we're both full-time entrepreneurs. But while I was doing it on my own, he couldn't help me because he was out working 10, 12 hours a day. And so I had to do it on my own. But I vowed that once I did it, whether it was helping somebody write a book, helping somebody get their business started, whatever it was, I was going to share the information because there's enough out here for all of us. I had a young lady who approached me and thought that I might not help her because she wanted to do the same thing. And I'm like, but you're not me. So even though you're doing it the same thing, you're not going to do it the same way. So of course I'm going to help you. And so that's what I love to do. I'm not keeping any information back.
That's what's up. That's what I appreciate it. Well, we all appreciate it. So my sister in these YouTube streets, let me see, in the bushes, quick question. Can you share any information about grants? What would you like to know about grants? Like,
Yeah, grants. Now see, so I'll let y'all know I just got my nonprofit like literally yesterday. So I have spent most of my research on nonprofits and literally how to get my nonprofit. So now that I've gotten that, I actually have a meeting on, I believe, January 8th with a grant writer who is going to help me get the grants. Now, I do know that there are ways to search for grants. You can get on Google and search for grants in your specific genre, whatever it is. Mine is going to be education and coaching. You can also get on YouTube, look for grants. But once you find the grants, there's a process called grant writing, which is like the application process. And unless that's something that you're well versed in, you probably want to find a grant writer to help you obtain those grants. And so I'm going to be interviewing grant writers most of January. And then I want to hit the ground running, trying to get some of these grants starting in February.
okay. Speaking of grants, I want to grant you permission to go to J3's house and body slam him because he is spelling your name incorrect.
No, he didn't say number one.
I grant you permission.
And I was giving him a pass on the Stace because there are some family members who call me Stace. So I was like, Stace is fine. My dad calls me Stace, but yeah, now he done. What is the 1 through 10?
Okay. Thank you to the almost 40 people in here. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the quality content. Stay hot. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I will be talking to Mr. Broad Street. He's going to share with us his channel and everything tomorrow afternoon. Let me see. Yeah, I think tomorrow I do the live stream. Then I do the pre-recorded with Mr. Broad Street. And then at 10 o'clock, it's Living Out Loud, the podcast after dark. And then
I'm definitely going to have to try to catch that. I cannot wait. I missed the first one.
now it wasn't able to go down.
Oh, okay.
You didn't miss nothing yet.
Okay. So we still going to be talking about marriage, whether or not to get married. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to put that on my calendar. What day is that?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my calendar so to remind me.
Everybody speaking and saying hi. Oh, where to find them? Okay, where to find the grants?
Oh, yeah. So you want to, I don't know for sure. When I was first going through the process, what I found out is that, you can Google for grants. You can just Google like grants available for gardening, grants available for teaching soft skills and kind of see what's out there. But because that's not in my wheelhouse and not what I do, I'm definitely going to be getting a grant writer. And with a grant writer, they'll be able to, navigate that and know exactly where to find them. But y'all know as I go through this process and find out more stuff, I'll definitely share it with y'all.
Okay, y'all. Nonprofit and not for profit. What's the difference? I googled it, but I'm still a little bit confused. I didn't know there
Well,
was differences. That's good. Thank you, Soul Sister.
yeah. So a nonprofit means that your business is basically there to serve others. It doesn't, a lot of people think that if you have a nonprofit, it means that you can't get paid, but that's not true. It's just that your business has to be something where you are providing some sort of service to other people so that companies, corporations, or individuals can donate to you to make sure that you're able to do that. So, like the Red Cross is a nonprofit, and you know that there's plenty of people working for the Red Cross and getting paid, but because their business is to serve other people, they function off of donations from others. So you're not really supposed to like get filthy rich off of a nonprofit, but you can use your grants and donations to be able to provide salaries as long as you're providing a service. With a for profit, and the other thing with a nonprofit is you don't have to pay taxes. So now with a nonprofit, anytime I go into a store and if I'm buying stuff okay, so I do leadership development training. So if I'm going to Office Max to get notebooks for the people that I'm going to be training in leadership development, I just give them my nonprofit number and then they can't charge me taxes for those things that I'm buying. I don't have to pay sales tax. And then I also don't have to pay state tax on that nonprofit. So that's the difference. With a for profit, you still have to pay taxes. You can't accept donations. And you won't, anytime you get money, you're going to have to pay it back as far as grants and loans. I hope that makes sense. But that's basically the difference, being able to operate off of charitable donations.
So everybody is saying thank you for this live stream and thanks Stay Hall for all her knowledge. This was not planned, y'all. Like we were just sitting here. I was just asking for help on L.L.C. and we went above and beyond. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Rockefeller Records came up in here telling us about he gave Stay Hall some homework. Okay.
Yes. Yes. And I thought you had a guest today when I saw the title of the show. I thought you had someone who was going to be talking about it.
Yes.
Little did I know, but that's fine. I love it.
What's up, old dog? Old dog, Odom? Oh, he said, and guess, hold on. That is Stay Hall. LLC. LLC. CEO is what I meant to say.
And y'all, I am not an attorney, a tax professional, any of that. I'm just someone who's been out in these streets a long time, in these entrepreneur streets, just sharing what I have found. So please use what I give you, but take it with a grain of salt and do your own homework to make sure, especially if it's state specific, because for the past 19 years, I've only done business, excuse me, in Texas.
So you've been an entrepreneur for about 19 years. And what's up, Ruru?
Yeah, well, I've actually been an entrepreneur for about 25 years, but I moved to Texas 19 years ago. So the bulk of it has been in Texas. When I lived in Virginia Beach, I had an event planning company.
You are just awesome. I'm so glad that, the stars aligned and we found each other.
I know. I talk about you and the T unit all the time. I tell my husband, I'm like, I don't know what it is. I said, but there's just something about that group. I just love the vibes, because usually I'm an in the bushes person, believe it or not. And I usually don't stick around. I'm like one or two videos or one or two shows. And I'm like, but I be tuning in every morning, even if I have meetings going on. It's like I have you in the background, whatever, because I want to make sure that I'm supporting the channel. I love it.
Oh, we got a little troublemaker. Let's see how good he be today. Let's see. Gyro Sensei, I've been out in the streets too, ladies. Pay me $4.20 for 2 hours. See, I told you.
What?
Yeah,
I don't
surprise.
know that business.
VA baby. That's
Yeah, Virginia Beach. I lived there for 8 years. Loved it.
uh, uh, uh,
My
yeah.
youngest son was born in Virginia Beach.
Driver Sensei, he's cool people. He's good. He helps me out a lot too behind the scenes. So he just look. Y'all watch him. You gotta watch him. Good soil over here.
Yes, living out loud for sure.
And what's up, Rambo? Let's see, it's 10:30. We still got about another half hour. I got my
Miss
L.
T, have you done your Amazon store? Are you an Amazon influencer yet? Because that's something else all of y'all could be doing.
Yeah, let me tell you the story about that. Listen, Linda, listen. So I did that. I really, 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 really need an assistant. Thank you to the over 40 people in here. What's up, Rambo? I think I said hi, but I just want to make sure. So I can wear the hats. It's just wearing the hats and being on stage and doing everything behind stage. It's like it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Um, so I did do the Amazon thing, but like after a certain time, if you don't stay consistent with it, they kick you out of the program. So I've been borderline kicked out. I can get back in, but like everything is
Yeah,
just
that's just a way just to make some extra money on the side because we all shopping on Amazon and buying stuff all the time anyway. So you might as well go ahead and make a couple of pennies off of it and add it to your Amazon store. But it's very important that once you start feeling overwhelmed and you're not able to do all the things that you want to do, then you just want to evaluate that and see what you can do to get some help because you don't want the lack of help to stifle you. That's why I was saying, even consider a virtual assistant in the beginning. And I think it was you who said you weren't quite comfortable because you wanted to be able to see people, talk to people, but it's a start, right? They can help with some of the smaller tasks because right now, I have like 4 people who help me and they all do different things and I don't need to work with them every single day. And then one of the young ladies who works for me, we just do it by project basis. So it's not like I'm paying her a salary. I just pay her per thing that she does. So you can just find people to help maintain and navigate different things because you don't want to leave money on the table just because you don't have enough time. So just something to consider.
Yeah, thank you. So I did finally break down, and somebody did give me information. That's more homework to do on online assistance. So I'll be doing that. If y'all got something going on this weekend, I'm sorry. I'm a little tied up. Let me see. I got my L.L.C for my live in person. See, I'm tired.
Oh my gosh.
uh,
He said he's a flirt.
see, y'all need to know her name. It's Stay Hall CEO. There you go. They be like, co-host, what's up? What's up?
Hey.
Uh,
But something else too, Miss T, talking about the assistants, there's probably some little things that, like even your thumbnails, that probably takes time. You could be having somebody on Fiverr doing your thumbnails for $5 and just to take some time. I always tell people anything that you do that somebody else could do, like nobody else can come on and host your show. You have to show up and host the show. But the stuff that somebody else can do, let somebody else do it and start on Fiverr. That's where I started from. The first people I ever hired was on Fiverr. I was out here looking super professional, paying people $5, $6, $7 to do stuff.
okay, that was one of the places somebody told me to try is Fiverr.
Yeah.
Let me see.
My first book cover was designed on Fiverr. I paid $55 for that book cover.
Good morning, RLM Herbal Ideals. How you doing? So here's my plan. Okay, so I know all this stuff is costing some coins. So I plan on getting the EIN, the DBA, if needed, the LLC, then going in and getting once all that is like complete. I don't like having so many open projects.
Yeah.
If I don't have to, because I still in the midst of all this, I'm still going back and forth with emails with people and stuff like that. So I don't want to like overwhelm myself with all this stuff, but yeah.
Just do the time blocking like we talked about when you interviewed me and just set aside certain time. Like you can do your EIN on irs.gov in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Like that won't take any time. So like get that out of the way. The DBA, that won't take any time. So just, if you say, okay, tomorrow after the show, I'm going to work on my EIN and DBA for an hour. You can just knock those out and be done, because all it is filling out an application. It's not going to take a lot of time at all.
Okay.
And then just get those off your plate.
I think we have a question from Resilient Dad. Feel free to come on up, Dad. Are you interested in creating a NGO? If so, can you explain the difference between that and the I'm going to say F, 501c3?
I wish I could, but I don't know what an NGO is. What is an NGO?
If you don't know, I definitely don't know.
Yes, because I'm always learning. I tell everybody there's a whole lot I don't know.
Yeah, so we don't know what NGO is. And welcome in, Juliet. Good morning. It will be a better new year. Amen.
Yes, I'm looking forward to 2024. I'm super excited. My 10th anniversary is New Year's Day, so I'm really excited.
Look at all these blessings. That's what's up. Great workers do everything themselves. Great bosses hire people to do great work for them.
Yes, yes. And my husband taught me that. Like I said, my husband just left corporate in June, but he was in banking. He was a VP for Wells Fargo for 20 years. And the kids and I used to always mess with him and call him Tommy from Martin and be like, you ain't got no job, Tommy. Because my husband was always available to do certain things. Like, I'm an entrepreneur working from home, but if the kids needed picked up from school or if something happened, he could always drop everything and go to pick them up. And I'm like, how do you do that and you have a corporate job? And he said, that's because I have supported and developed my team in such a way that they work like a well-oiled machine. I don't have to be here to do everything. I've delegated, I've trained people, I trust them. So I'm just here whenever something happens that's out of the ordinary, just to oversee things. And he's the one who taught me that when he saw me struggling and drowning. I'm like, I got to do this, I got to do that. And he's like, no, you need to find someone to help you do that. And he really is the one who got me in that mindset. And it frees you up, because then instead of just focusing on one thing, now I'm so much more creative. And girl, I will start a business in 5 minutes. Like, don't say something, I'll be like, oh, that could be a business. If you don't do it, I'm gonna do it. Because now I can be more creative, because I'm not. And there's people who love the details. Like, I'm not a detailed person, I'm not a clerical person. Like, I don't like messing with all the little small stuff. I like to be creative. But there are people who love to do that, so why not pay them to do that? And
Right.
you just find somebody who's just starting out, who you can kind of learn together. So then that way you're not breaking the bank trying to pay them.
Okay. Rambo, let me go up here. Do not hype up Driver Sensei, because he will keep going the whole live. And welcome in, Nine Swirl Zone. They said, is it necessary to get a business bank account with an LLC? Good question.
Yes, absolutely. You definitely want to have a business bank account with an LLC. I believe, I don't know if you have to have it before you can get your LLC. I'm not for sure. I want to say you do. But just like even with my 501(c), when they sent me the letter yesterday, congratulating me on getting it, in the letter they said I needed to open up a bank account, because you don't want to commingle your funds, because if anything ever were to happen, you want to be able to definitely show what is business money and what is personal money. So I tell anybody, no matter what, whether you just have a DBA, an LLC, a nonprofit, open up that separate business account for sure.
Thank you, Stay. Driver Sensei, taking up an hour of your time doing thumbnails. First of all, it only take, now I've done it so long, it just took about 15 minutes, and I'm do. But I understand what you're saying. Thumbnails mean you think your time is only worth about $5. Hire people to do it at low cost efforts.
Mm-hmm.
I get emails from blog. Hello, Alice. They give instant access to stories from business owners, funding opportunities, and tips for small business experts. I don't know if they are state to state.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Hello Alice before. Another good resource too for small business owners is get connected with the Chamber of Commerce in your city. Like, I sit on the board for the Fort Worth Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce. There's a wealth of knowledge. Like, before I was actually a board member and involved with the chamber, I just went to them for business information, and they have a lot of resources. They can help you get your business plan together. They can help you, with getting your LLC. Like, that's what the Chamber of Commerce is for. And as a minority If you can find a Black Chamber of Commerce, or I also do a lot of work with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here, they will help you do everything you need to legitimize your business, and they will also help you find business and find contracts. So the chambers are really great. I mean, I love being on the board for the chamber and helping small businesses.
Mm. Rainbow said I did my logo through Fiverr. That's what's
Mm-hmm.
ooh. You helped me come up with the T unit. Now we got to figure out like the logo.
Yeah. And see, and for the logo, like Rambo was saying, you can do it on Fiverr, and all you have to do is find somebody on there, go through and just read their reviews or whatever. And I did one of my logos with Fiverr, and all I did was send them my business name, what type of business it was, and then I sent them samples of colors that I liked, and then they created like 4 or 5 different logos, and I picked which one I like. And then a lot of them, like, I never hire anybody who has limited revisions. Like, you need to at least be able to do 10 revisions or unlimited, because I want to be able to go back and forth with you and say, no, let's change this, let's change that. But again, that I know that logo, like everything on there isn't $5, but I never pay a lot. Like I said, I paid $55 for my first book cover. And then the logo, I think I paid like $15. And, I've had them for years and I love them.
Let me see. Driver says NGO is not the same as 503. 503 can be any entity
Okay.
practices. As for the nonprofit,
Okay, I think I know what you mean. And yeah, whenever we sat down with our attorney, that's when we made that decision, because I knew there were different types of nonprofits, but what they suggested for us was the C. But yeah, I do know what you mean.
Fresh and Fire is trying to help out no non-swirl zone. What I've been learning is strongly suggested but not necessary. Keeping the LLC separate keeps your personal assets safe.
Mm-hmm. An LLC protects you.
Okay.
Because it's crazy. You would think, well, I just do this. How could somebody sue me? People will sue for anything.
Mm-hmm. Kim says, Stay, do you need multiple EINs for more than one business, or can you use EIN for multiple businesses?
You can use an EIN for multiple businesses. I don't. We do that, and it's just the way our business is structured. We only have 2 EINs, just because I had one when I owned my tax business that is just for that. But other things, and that's like when you get an LLC, how you can structure things. So I have divisions to my business, but they're all under the same LLC umbrella.
Thank you, Sensei. Now he's getting back to the serious Sensei. Stop wasting your time doing $2 duties, and when you can be creative making $78 ideas.
Yes. Yeah, that's me all the time. Like, I get somebody else to do it.
Okay. Bank will come after or before LLC, but you have to wait until you have an EIN and then open that business line. Before having an EIN, means it's under your social security.
Right. Yeah, you have to have the EIN even for the bank to consider it a business. Other than that, you're right, it's a personal account. The EIN is what the bank is going to recognize. And you want to start building business credit.
Uh-huh. No, I just wanted to thank the professional Sensei for coming out the bushes. But I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just saying, yeah, he's absolutely right. You want to make sure you have that EIN, because other than that, it's personal, and you want to start building that business credit and using your EIN as much as possible.
Julia, I have no idea what I'm going to, I don't know. I don't know. Thanksgiving, I did the traditional. Christmas, we did the seafood. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing for New Year's. Chamber of Commerce. She doesn't like me anymore. See?
Oh, see, there you go.
I am telling you, I've been knowing Sensei for a long time. Having a business bank account opens up opportunities to receive business loans and credit with big box businesses and other credit. Okay.
Yeah, and there's money out there. I'm telling y'all, like this pitch contest that my coaching client just did, the winner of that pitch contest ended up walking away with like $10,000. Like they got a $5,000 line of credit, a $3,000 business credit card. Like there is stuff out there, and the chambers are where you find out about a lot of that stuff. But those banks, this one was hosted by Prosperity Bank, but a lot of the banks host these little cohorts and different things for small business owners. And you just have to dedicate a few hours a week for a couple of weeks, but you can walk away with a lot of money and a lot of education for free.
Sensei also said, I made a logo for my worker new business. He paid me $300 for a logo that cost me $40 to have somebody else make.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's working smarter. That's what I'm saying. I tell people I will create a business in a minute, and I will also subcontract.
Chinese sounds good. You know, it's almost that time. I'm hungry anyways. Number one, get the EIN and then make DBAs. Okay. I follow instructions from Jim Hart, his legal specialty for setting up my LLC. I got great info. That's awesome. Yes, that's the part I'm excited about. Thinking how we're going to expand Fresh and Fire. I think we're going to start doing business classes come spring. Awesome game plan.
Yeah, for sure.
Can more than one social media account fall under the LLC umbrella?
I don't see why not. I can't say 100%, but I don't see why not, as long as they're, because social media accounts in and of themselves aren't a business, though. You have to have a business. Like I have my social media accounts, but my business is, my social media accounts aren't my businesses. So I have iSalt, which is Institute for Success and Leadership Training, and then I have Running for Your Life. Those are my businesses. My social media accounts are just that. They're just social media accounts. Just because you're getting paid from it, like, you get monetized on YouTube and Facebook and all of that, they're going to want to have your business information or whatever to pay you, but those aren't actually businesses.
Okay, WF also require operating agreement for a business account. EIN is just incognito form of your social.
Mm-hmm.
When you make a business, you can make unlimited DBAs under your main business. You can be Miss T Holiness, and then you can have a DBA, Miss T Lingerie Club.
Yeah, that's what I have several businesses under the DBA, and we've done a little bit of everything with our EIN. I mean, when I tell you I've had some businesses, I mean, we've owned 18 wheelers. So we had Cobalt Transportation. I've had my tax business. We also had a cleaning business, but yeah, everything was able to be put under the same thing.
We got incorrect speller. We're gonna add that. So he's the honey slanger, mango muncher, incorrect speller. JP. What's up, Jigs?
I'm also the one that comes to tell you stop talking about getting off, and you got all this good information coming through.
Okay, Daddy. Okay, Daddy.
She be hungry.
Don't say daddy. I got a wife in here. You don't need to say daddy now.
Sassy's in the house, and Miss Laura. Welcome in Laura's garden. Sassy said, "Hey, Miss T, love the convo you're having with your guest. Hold on, the guest is Stay Hall CEO and J3.
That's stay without a Y.
Right.
Lord,
stay with the E.
Good nuggets for people pursuing.
I don't want to get in trouble, but if they hear me talking to her too, they might. She ain't no dog. But hey, I'm sorry.
I know he gets it all the time.
Shout out to everybody wanting to start classes. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, that is my dream, is to open a school. That is my ultimate. Once I become an old lady for real, I want to have a school.
You're gonna become an old lady, but don't look like an old lady, huh?
No, I'm fighting it every step of the way.
But that would be good. The only problem is you in that old hot place. You in that place next to the sun.
I know. I love it though, because I grew up on the East Coast in Pittsburgh, having to shovel my way to school every day. I'm like, I embrace it. Now I could go for some snow during the holidays, but other than that, I'm good with 110.
No, I stay right here where it's not too hot, not too cold.
I love how we
So
are.
when you gonna bring the school over on the East Coast?
Oh, I will. I will, because I mean, of course, that's still where my heart is. So I want to do as much as I can in my hometown. But I just want to start a school for performing arts, leadership development, and that kind of stuff that they don't get in the typical school, because everybody's path isn't the same. And so I just want to open some new opportunities for people.
Thank you, Soul Sister. And also, we might be on here till about 11:30. Are you free till about 11:30? Because we got Resilient Dad in the back. The men are coming now. You about to
I
meet?
know. Hey, good morning. Well, I'm going to start. I mean, I can have y'all on because I'm not on camera, so I can start getting ready and still chat.
Okay.
Yeah, top of the morning or top of the
Why
afternoon.
not? Resilient Dad ain't showing his face. You ain't gonna show yours either, Stay.
No, I'm loving this conversation so much this morning. Um, the 501c3, right, is what we call it in the U.S. But also, I wanted to understand the difference between that and a non-government organization, because
Oh,
what I found, right, is, for instance, I was invested in a NGO that did solar, right? Um, and it has an international like footprint. But I wanted to even figure out more. How do we even teach this to establish? Because I was just supporting it, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty similar in a way. But in the U.S., I'm not for sure if we actually call those NGOs here, but we do call NGOs in different countries. So I was just interested if you guys had any insight to that.
I'm a
No, I mean, I had
Why
never
you gonna
heard
say
of
you
it.
guys? You might as well say states. Don't say you
right.
guys. Say states.
I said, I'm learning too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm interested because I'm definitely interested in doing international work as well, because my youngest son is going to be moving overseas in 2 years to work when he leaves college. So of course, I'm always looking for opportunities. So I'm like, yeah, wherever he goes, I can start a business. And it's probably just one of those things where it's the same thing, they just call it something different, is what I'm assuming, because there are nonprofits all over the world, but how they categorize them is just different. But I can't be for sure, but it's definitely something I want to look into. When you put that question up, I was like, okay, I got homework on that and homework on if they're gonna take this money from my LLC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Country Hustle
That
wants to know, can anybody explain iSalt?
Oh yeah, iSalt is my business. That is my main business, my main source of income, and where I get my contracts with the city and everything. iSalt. So y'all don't know this, but my husband is a pastor, and so when we were first starting this business, he said that he wanted to come up with a name, but he said the Lord just kept giving him, "You are the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth." And he said, and I know we can't name the business Salt of the Earth, so he's like, "Stay, you're the creative one. I just need you to incorporate that." So I came up with iSalt, which stands for Institute for Success and Leadership Training. And what we do is we teach emotional intelligence and soft skills. What we found is your hard skills are the technical skills that you learn normally on how to do your job. So if you're a plumber, you learn how to do things to be a plumber. If you're in engineering, you learn those things. But your soft skills and emotional intelligence are how you interact with people. And so a lot of people are able to get jobs based on their hard skills, but they lose jobs based on their lack of soft skills, because they don't know how to talk to people, they don't know how to listen, they don't know how to accept criticism. And that's what we teach. And we do it in person. And we also have a website online, isaltforyou.com, where you can actually go on and take the courses online and gain soft skill certifications. We have over 850 courses, and it's subscription based. It's like $59 a month, but we have courses where you can take in effective communication, active listening, leadership, team building, and all of that.
Wow, that's amazing. And you hit it right on the head, especially being in tech. The soft skills will carry you around the world. Your hard skills will get you in the door, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And we want to teach that. We're trying to pour it out and teach a lot of people coming in what that actually means, especially being in corporate. So I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, when they call us in, I mean, we do work with police officers, we do a lot of work with engineers in the city, just a lot of different where people kind of are in their own heads and think that they're in control. We teach them how to consider the other people. A school district actually brought me in just to teach all of the nurses in the school because
Wow.
parents were complaining about how the nurses would call home and accuse kids of lying. They're not really sick and they're this. And it's like, you can't talk to people like that. Like that's their baby. You can't do that. And so that's what we do. I tell people in a nutshell, I teach people how to act.
Facts.
You're in the right place. You are in the right place. There's a whole bunch of people on here that need some help.
Miss T, you can't be cutting people off now. Where is your
I'm
soft
sorry.
skills? Where's your cut? Where's your soft skills? You can't be cutting off the line when you got
Excuse
40
me,
people.
ladies and gentlemen.
He's trying to manage so much.
Yeah, because the comments, everybody like, you so far in the comments. Everybody's been getting paid doing these classes. So thank you from Fresh and Fire. So many people want to learn how to gardening and they're going to do classes. So shout out to them. And also Passionately Intrigued Arts. I taught classes baking on my channel and I will be teaching jewelry making for young girls, but I want to start a nonprofit business in my community. Was that soft? Was that so that
Yes. Great. You're great. And that's the thing. Yes, you can make a course. That's why I just want everybody to think about how many different ways you can make money by doing what you're already doing every day. Like there is nothing wrong with doing certain things for free, but you really have to make that decision in your mind how much you're going to do for free and who you're going to do it for. Everybody else outside of that needs to be paying you. I know, on YouTube, we do a lot, but if you're not monetized on YouTube, then don't give it all away right away because people will take your content and then they'll go make a bunch of money for it. So start finding ways to make your content, first of all, evergreen, where they can continue to get that content and you're making money for years to come off of that one thing, and then build those courses. I mean, I literally make money in my sleep off of iSalt and I don't have to do anything. That money, the content is out there, people are taking the courses and it's valuable, right? They're getting something from it. But I only had to do it one time and people are paying $59 a month to continue to take those courses that I only had to create one time.
Wow. Yeah, that
You
is
say it
smart.
like that. I think I make money while I sleep too.
That
I'm
is so
sure you
smart.
do.
And Stay Hall, interesting. I would, yeah, I'm gonna connect with you offline. Because even in corporations and stuff, I was about to ask you about different tiering, right, for your coaching courses and things like that. Because when we have our budgets, we want to give those budgets, to underprivileged businesses, right, that proven success, right.
Mhm.
And with that, I would love to kind of see if we can align on that offline because yeah, there are a few budgets that we can have for you.
Oh yeah, we can definitely schedule a Zoom meeting and talk about that. I love collaborating and helping other people who are like-minded, trying to help in the community because it is such a need. And that's why the main reason why I decided to do the nonprofit is because I didn't want people who needed what I have to not have it because of lack of funds.
Right. Yes.
I
Facts.
love how California and Texas are coming together. This is going to be epic. This is going to be.
Yes, global.
Let me see. I'm pretty much growing a little bit of everything. She said earlier she said she was going to do the gardening classes for the kids. A lot of kids are interested in gardening. I love cooking and some baking. Okay.
Yeah, see, and doing gardening and doing it for kids, think about it bigger. Think about how you could possibly get a contract with a school district to come in and teach that. Or you want to reach out to like your local YMCA, your local boys and girls clubs. Like just sit down and think about who all could benefit from what you have. And you just never know the contracts that are out there and people who can be paying you to bring this information. So it's just like whenever you think of it, just think big and just think of everybody who could benefit from it and just reach out. Because the worst thing that could happen is they say no, and then you just reach out to somebody else.
Okay. I think this is for you, Stay how all these numbers, the 501c3.
Yeah.
It's
And
confusing.
what
It
driver
is
Oh,
is
confusing.
okay.
saying
I see what he's
is
saying. So
totally right.
similar but different.
Yeah, exactly. And the NGOs, to my understanding, but I'm still learning. There's no true government oversight of income and outcome. However, you can get funding from governments, right, internationally, to support your NGO. And I
Mm,
believe that that's the core difference. But like we have Red Cross right here in the US, it can be an NGO overseas, right?
right.
That has a
Yeah.
little bit, it's the same thing, but there's a difference because of the different amounts of, I would say, the oversight and the condition of the business, right? And how it's being done. And it's more giving and sharing, right? But there's a lot of people that make a lot of money, with that stuff.
Yeah.
So
They do.
everyone definitely eats, but you have to carry your business a certain way for sure.
Okay. Kim?
Yes, and you can have multiple businesses under one umbrella. I do that. You just have to make sure that everything is structured correctly, and your attorney or tax accountant can help you with that. But yeah, I don't have a bunch of LLCs. I have one LLCs, and then I have different divisions.
Now we got Alaska in the house also. What's up, GTJR?
Oh wow, yeah, I'm going to Alaska in September. I can't wait.
Oh, that's cold, girl. That's cold.
I know. We're going on a 10-day Alaskan cruise leaving out of Seattle, so I'm excited.
Man, I think I'd be in the house for 8 days.
Thank you, Broad Street. Thank you. I'm gonna learn how to do a video one day. Ah,
So cute.
make sure I don't miss any more questions.
It's some good information. I just wish I wish I had the mindset of starting a business, but I don't want to start a business.
Okay, Mr.
Why
Honest.
not? Hey, chocolate drop. I saw that. Hey, over here. I
I'm
just now figured out
tired.
how
I
to
don't
get the
want to do
comments
all that stuff
that.
again.
Hmm.
I totally understand that one. Yeah. Once you're committed, you got to go all the way with it.
Unnecessary headaches.
Yeah, it's a lot. This is just my thing. I mean, I've been doing it forever. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I tell everybody I am not a good employee at all. And so I've been in business for myself my whole life.
That's
I've
what
had jobs, but they have always just been the investor for my business. I've never been committed to corporate.
Just tell the truth. You got to be the boss.
Yes, I do.
You
I
just
do.
got to be the
But
boss.
I'm good at it. I'm good at it.
I was telling my daughter literally last night. I ain't really had a job like a corporate America in like 4 years. Like if I would go back, like what?
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean,
Depending on what the paycheck is, you'll learn.
Okay.
I used to do I'm a paralegal by trade. Like that's my corporate,
Mhm.
job. And so I've always just been fortunate enough to get contracts, where I contracted myself. So I would work for the government for 6 months at a time, be off for 6 months. Because there was a time when I needed to have a job, but even then I always did temporary and contract stuff. Like I was never the type of person who could work somewhere for 20-25 years like my husband did. There's no way.
It's
You must
interesting
have been in
because
New
since the
York.
pandemic, especially out here in the Bay, there's a new culture of mindset to speak. Meaning, before we used to say, when you get a job, we're all family, everything like that. And now the appetite is we're not family, we're more of a sports team, right? Anyone can get traded or you can go and leave to go to another team, right? And
Mhm.
I think that's more of the mindset people will be adopting in generations in corporate, right?
Yep.
Because everyone wants to be a boss.
Welcome in Chocolate Drop in the world. Last time I checked, she's in Aruba. She's still traveling on the cruise.
Oh Lord.
I
Oh,
know.
wow.
I said I want to go visit her in Delaware, but every other week she's on a cruise. So
That's the life right there.
okay, must be nice. In the military, Unicel. Okay. Happy New Year's. Good night. Well, good night to you as well. No, I did not read that. Sorry. Everybody saying hi. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch up because I'll be called out quick. She's 20 minutes behind. This is not personalized financial or legal advice. Information presented is opinionated and your needs should be directed towards a personal professional. Thank you for the disclosure. And thank you to the 46 people up in this chat. 48 now. So thank you everybody so much.
So Sensei, if you don't catch me when I'm serious, you're in trouble.
And I dropped my MST in there. Somebody was asking for my channel. I don't know if I think it went up. Yeah, I put it in there.
Okay, yeah. Don't play it.
It's in there.
Oh, you home now, but definitely
That's STAE, not STAY, y'all.
Yes, sir.
okay. Well, you got home fast, Edna. I just literally just saw you in Aruba. I just literally. Let me see. Hog head cheese. What a name.
Oh my gosh, my grandmother.
Oh man.
I've
What you know about that hog head cheese?
Not a darn.
I'll stop eating it.
I had a coworker a long time ago bring some in. I was like, no, thank you. No.
Yeah, my grandmother used to eat hog head cheese and drink buttermilk. Oh,
Man, double whammy.
that was her little snack. Yeah.
I'm a residential.
And it's so funny when she passed away. I don't know why I had this idea, like I was gonna do this homage to her, and I'm like, I'm gonna go buy some hog head cheese and buttermilk. Oh my gosh, I was like, oh,
my stomach was like, oh.
Yes. I'm like, yeah, not gonna be doing that.
So Hoghead said, don't like people, no corporate groups or meetings. I learned residential fence installing and will look at getting an LLC and work from there.
I understand that. Yeah. But one thing about having a business is, your profit is your people. So you got to have to interact with people eventually.
Right.
If you want to be profitable.
Come in, with the soft skills, because that happens a lot of times. It's like you still have to have people and you have to have those people skills, even if it's just, turn it on and turn it off. But without the people, you don't have a business.
Exactly. And you hit it on the head too with the EQ, right? Emotional intelligence, or we used to call it EIQ, right?
Yeah. And that's the name of my nonprofit. It's Empower EQ.
Okay, fair. Yeah. And it goes a long way. I'm not going to lie. It goes a long way.
Yeah, I tell people, even if you are excellent at what you do, people do business. I know we've all heard with people who they know, like, and trust. So even if you're excellent at what you do, but you don't have the people skills, they'll find somebody else who's just as good. And even if they're not just as good, if you can get the job done, but you also have those customer service skills, that's where they're going to go. And that's where they're going to want to spend their money, because people remember how you treat them more than what you did.
Exactly. Yeah. And actually, how I even got into tech was because of my EQ. It wasn't because I was the smartest, whatever, or it was a lot of people that knew more than me that were competing. But the EQ, right? The personability, right? Being personal, being able to remember certain things and have just a casual conversation, right? And follow up, right? On time. Like, those are the things that actually helped me get in the door, right?
Yeah. Business is relational, not transactional.
I see we're going into the food.
Buttermilk and cornbread.
I hope the buttermilk is in the cornbread.
Oh, yeah. You like pickle pig feet. I don't know what it is with Brazilian Dad. People just come in with these outrageous foods when Brazilian Dad is up here.
Oh, thank you, God's Desire. I appreciate you.
You see God? Oh, welcome in, William. Where's God's Desire?
I just got an alert on my phone that I had a new subscriber.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That tells you something, Miss T.
Yeah, I have people in the bushes, and then they send me an email about the live. I'm like, okay, how are you? Like to
They'll tell you something, Miss T. People be happy to see me, but they want to see ARD run.
Yeah, clearly.
They put him with pig feet and stuff.
3:30 this morning. Yeah,
I got honey. I mean, I got a mango, and he wants
actually. You should create a course not only on how to raise goats and everything, but how to properly. I'm
gonna do a course on how to kill a sheep over here. That's
Lord.
I'm not even gonna say it, J3.
Once the men come up, I'll be
driver. That's right. Yeah, don't put it off.
I'm going to go see
driver
the
is back
man
to being
today.
Professional, Miss T. Driver is back to being professional.
Oh, trying to get an L.L.C. Somebody is just BS. That sounds like people that will travel someday and finally get around to it at 87 years old. Get off the stream and get your EIN. I'm doing it this weekend.
I just want to get my name, and that's all. That's all I want, just my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm truly interested in creating this NGO again, to provide, like I said, electricity, solar, and everything of that nature. So I'll put that out there to see if anybody's really going to take the bait or interested, because not only will you be successful, but you're going to learn a lot and see a lot. You know, I love traveling.
Yep. And that's all you can do is put it out there. And I love what Driver's saying too about the generational wealth, and we learn it too late. And it's
Mhm.
just, for whatever reason, our mentality has been generationally like, well, I had to scrape to get everything I got, so you gonna have to work and whatever. And that's like, I want my kids to work hard. I want them to one day take over the business. I don't want to set it up so where they just don't have to do anything, but I want to make it easier for them than it was for me. I just had a conversation with my son, my youngest son. He's a college athlete. He plays basketball in college, and he was interested in going to another school where I happen to be friends with the president. And I said, well, I'll talk to her and see if we can get you a meeting set up with the athletic director. And he was like, well, I don't want to, go there just because the president. I want to get on my own. I'm like, why? Like, no, other people been doing that for years. Like, I
That's it.
love the fact that I'm in the position now where I know CEOs of big corporations. I know presidents of universities. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to make those connections because that's how other people been doing it for years. And you still have to go there and produce. You still have to be a good ball player. You still have to get the grades. But why not have that inside track? Like, that's what I'm trying to set up for them to be able to make those phone calls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
don't get
Yeah.
fired. Don't get fired for sneaking. I gotta hide this at work. He's always at work.
Oh,
Not too
Well, I kind of did the same thing with my grandson because I'm not going to do a business with my farm and my bees and stuff, but I asked him if he wants to do beekeeping and stuff that he can actually. He's young, he can grow into it and do it even more, but he's undecided. I think he's afraid of getting stung.
yeah. Well, I can
One of the
understand.
best parts about that, though, you've already dropped the seed in it, so it'll grow when it grows. You
Right.
already done dropped the seed. You're right, planting the information, showing them the experience. That's all it takes. Some time.
Yeah, it's
Right.
exposure. It's about
Exactly.
so even
Yeah.
if they don't do the exact thing, it's like, I don't know, like my middle son, and I'm gonna brag on him for a second, y'all. He won a Stellar Award. He works for Tamala Man, and when he first got out of high school, he was into video and editing, and my parents were like, you need to put that boy out. He needs to get a job. He didn't go to college, and I'm like, well, he's trying to get his business started, and they're like, but he needs a job. And I'm like, that is a job. Because at that time, he was just doing some freelance video for some like up and coming rappers and different stuff. And
Yeah.
he ended up getting discovered by Tamala and David Mann. And now the boy is on tour with them. He's gotten a stellar. And what would have happened if I would have forced him to just get a regular job and just broke that dream? It's just like, I had to at least give him the opportunity to try. And that's what's different a lot of
Yep.
times in our culture. I'm like, I've been taking care of him for 19 years. Another 3 or 4 ain't going to hurt.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
He's
and
37 years old now.
And
out
the
of
thing,
his
the
dream,
thing that
he's
I
Getting
love
ready to
about
turn
that is
38.
sometimes kids just need insulation so they can try new things and fail and still can go back whatever and go get a job. But this is how now you
yes,
create a
jobs are going to
new,
be there.
yeah.
School is going to be there. So it's
Right.
like,
Right.
yeah. And I mean, he's doing his thing. And it's so funny when they were here on the Kurt Franklin tour. I think I was the only one in Dickey's Arena who wasn't even looking at the stage. I'm watching the camera guy. Like, yes, that's my baby.
Can somebody
Well,
help Chocolate drop out about the LLC and the INC?
Chocolate drop
Oh, if you already
INC
have an
required, yeah.
INC, if it's Chocolate Drop Inc., then you don't need an LLC. You're
Unless that's just the
incorporated.
name of what your company is, so you can have it under an LLC. But yeah, you're totally right. Like you don't need an INC unless that's just the name. Chocolate Drop INC is the name, and then you have
Yeah,
an
if you're not
LLC.
actually incorporated, then yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So Chocolate Drop are you incorporated or did you just use INC for your name? That would be the question.
excuse me.
I heard you mention earlier too, Stay Hall, that you were, you grew up under performing arts, right?
Yes, yes, I have been singing and acting all my life.
Yeah, that's how I got my first thing as well. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's a nonprofit in Indiana, right, called Unity Performing Arts. And with that, when Obama was in presidency, it was one of the top nonprofits, right, that he selected to bless. And when I tell you, it was probably the one thing that I can say probably changed my life as far as understanding discipline, understanding timeliness, and then also just being able to express yourself. Oh man, I would encourage everyone if you can to put your kids in some type of performing arts.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. I just saw The Color Purple. I mean, not The Color Purple. I did see The Color Purple, but I just watched the Aretha Franklin movie last night for the first time because I don't watch a lot of movies,
Who
and so I
played
just want to
Reefer?
watch it. Jennifer Hudson. It's old. I mean, it's been out a couple of years. I just never saw it, and I decided to watch it last night. And I one of the lines that the minister of music said to her is that music will save your life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so real for me. Like music definitely was my total support system.
No, I remember back in the day when they said, "Who gonna play Aretha?" I think Jennifer Hudson name came up, and this was years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was right after she lost American Idol, right?
Yeah,
And
well,
she
she
should have
did an
won.
awesome job. I think
Yeah,
the movie came out in like 2021, but I just got to watch it for the first time last night and it was awesome.
Well, welcome in, main man, not the side piece, but the main man. Okay.
main menu. Hold on, what's
Uh,
going on?
as you were saying about the kids and stuff, I
I'm
am
just
kind of
joking.
changing my mind. I just got to get my wife on board now. I, as smart as my grandson is, I don't think I want to tell him to go to college first off. I think I want to send him to some kind of trade school first.
Yes,
You
sir.
get that
Yes, sir.
trade, then you can go do the college afterward.
I
Oh
agree
yeah.
100%. My
Yeah,
youngest is in college, but he is an athlete, so he's on scholarship. He plays basketball. That's what he loves. So why not play basketball and get that free education? But
right.
as far as that just being the high school, college, no. And our middle son, he actually went from high school to college on a full ride basketball scholarship. But he just said he was tired of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, playing basketball, doing out and being broke. So he left school and went into the military and has done awesome in the military. Like he made sergeant very quickly. I mean, so they just have to find their own path.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have the same journey, and you have to let
Right.
them find their own way. Because one thing I don't want to happen is for all of my kids to be grown and old and saying, I would have did this if mama
Right.
would have let me.
Mm,
Yeah. And on top of that, it's like, hey, you got a piece of paper, but what did you do with your time? You
mm.
know.
Exactly. And so many
Yeah.
times with these degrees, they don't even get to get jobs in the field
Right.
that they got to
Not at
do.
all. Not at
Yeah, or
all.
they're still making minimum wage or whatever and got all this school debt. It just depends. Because I also have a daughter that's a nurse. That's a different kind of thing. If you want to be a
Right.
nurse and
That's
that's what
another
you're
trade,
passionate about,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to go to college. But that's what she's passionate about. So yeah, you
Yeah.
just have to let them find their own path.
I tried to live through my son, but he didn't join the military, so
See,
I
what
didn't
we're
live.
not going to
no worries.
do you have any other questions
And
about businesses? The folks
Miss
back
T,
here?
like, but y'all
and
ain't
I was going
gonna
to
be
say,
snack while I'm
Miss
hungry.
T, you're right up the street.
Who's
Right.
hungry?
You
It's
know Miss T is hungry.
Miss T. Now I done told
wait.
you
I was going
about
to
that
say,
before. I done had me a slice of cake, and I'm still drinking on my coffee
You didn't come up here till about 10:30. Like, sir, we've been up here all day.
because I didn't want to interrupt Stace because she was putting out some good
Stace.
information.
Here we go with the Stace again. Where's the C at? Where's the C?
I, Miss Hall was putting out some good information, and I did not want to interrupt her.
I know I'm still live, sunshine. I like my girl. See,
yeah. And real quick, Miss T, you right up the street from Job Corps, right? You remember they had Job Corps over there, right?
mm-hmm.
And that was for people that, during the time everybody thought degrees pay the bills, right? If you couldn't like make it to a college or got accepted, you went to Job Corps, right?
Right.
Now it's actually the thing that everyone needs. Like you don't have to go to school. I think the pandemic showed, when you paid all that money to go and live on campus and everything, you still had to pay that same money during the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was quarantined. You could not even leave. All I'm saying is when it comes down to hard skills and trade skills it goes a long way, right, to get
Mm-hmm.
off the ground, and it gives you exposure, just like Job Corps. Everything from welding, nursing, knitting, um, man, I can go on with certain things that will always be here. And a lot of people want to understand, like, concrete work, carpentry, and things like that, right? There's so many hard skills that people will always buy, right?
Right.
Janitorial services, right? That's one thing as well. You mentioned, just having a business and someone having a business in those janitorial service supplies, right? There's a lot of ways that you can figure this thing out, but who's really communicating that in our community? And
Right.
this is what we're trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hoghead Cheese said, yeah, the traditional colleges are sometimes overrated. Trades is where the action is, low debt and small businesses. And what kind of meal? Y'all know Miss T got to get her avocado toast and cheese noodles. That is not what's on the menu. What is that? You're right, Hoghead Cheese. And on that note, thank everybody for coming in. Miss Stay Hall, you are amazing. A resilient dad. Love your info and your insight. J3.
I just came here to keep you on. That's all. Look at it's 11:13.
I know.
You
Sunshine
done,
said, you still on?
you done gave the people their money's worth.
What money? What?
$3.99.
They
It's
got their
all good.
money's
But
worth.
I appreciate y'all so much. I'm going to drop off and go ahead and jump on the Zoom call. But y'all have a wonderfully blessed rest of your day.
You too,
Well,
sis.
thank
You
you.
Right.
too.
Too.
And since Miss Hall is leaving, I'm getting ready to leave too, so Miss T can go eat something and then go chill out the rest of the day and do nothing.
Whatever. They said no farmers live right now.
Who? Bro.
Bro.
It's kind of
Fair.
early for him, ain't it?
Huh?
It's kind of early for him.
I mean, that's why I'm over here looking like, is he live for real?
So I know the
No,
the
he's not.
lovely Andell Homestead is still enjoying Christmas and the family. Is she coming live as well today or
Today
no?
is Wednesday, bro. Today is
Oh,
Wednesday.
oh yeah, yeah,
Sound
yeah.
like me. Right?
Oh yeah, my bad. I was trying to give you an out. Hold on.
Oh,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
y'all be blessed and I love y'all. Take it easy now.
Peace and
Yes,
blessings.
sir. To the top, we can't be stopped. Thank you, Miss T.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming up.
All love.
Shout out to William for not getting fired. Another day of sneaking on the job. Thank everybody for coming in. Tomorrow, oh, thank you, Broad Street. Great live from Fresh and Fire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, Tomorrow it's going to be a dating series, and then Friday we're going to be talking about becoming an empty nester. I know a lot more of y'all are empty nesters. I am transitioning into empty nestingville or whatnot. So, yeah, great topic for the rest of the week. And yes, tomorrow night I will be live with Living Out Loud, the podcast after dark, talking about relationships and marriage and how everyone is not marriage material. Also, like, golly, it's a lot going on. Edna's World goes live tonight. Wind Down Wednesday is not going to be on Hands in the Dirt's channel this week. It's going to be on the everyday life of an OCDist chick. So, yes, don't go on Hands in the Dirt channel tonight. Go to the everyday life of an OCDist chick. And I think, okay, maybe I have it wrong. We'll just find out tomorrow. We'll just find out tomorrow. Yeah, so much going on. Sammy Joe, Sammy Joe. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so much going on. So much going on. Your girl's gonna be busy this weekend. Thank the people who sent me some emails. I'm gonna read those here in just a second. And until tomorrow, peace and love. Everybody have a blessed day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.